can't believe, man, June 4th, 2025 already. Like, we're in the heat of it, man. Season's here. Like, does anybody remember kind of when it was like spring and that snow? Like, for those of you that are up north, when that snow is still on the ground and temperatures are still a little bit too cool to go out and actually do the work. Raise your hand if you know that time of the year, right? I know that time of the year really, really well. And it's like, man, when June kicks in, we need to make the most out of this time right now. Like, it's so important. Of course, we need to make the most out of all the time that we have in life, but right now it's really important that when you're going out on days that you can actually fulfill on what it is that you've sold, that you're really staying focused on the ball. And what I mean by that, team, is a lot of people go out there during this time of the year and they fill their schedule with things that might not be exactly what it is that is going to drive the needle the most for them. And so I know that, Dylan Malone speaks about this a lot on AK Dash with the revenue roadmaps and your financial target, right? So your revenue target that you're setting for yourself, we say this often, I'm going to repeat it once again. If you wanted to do $dollar jobs, right? That's 85. That's 12 and a half, $85,000 jobs. You guys following me with that math right there? Everybody following me with that math? All right, cool. If you're going out and doing $500 and $1,000 jobs, those aren't $85,000 jobs. You're gonna have to do a shit ton more of those jobs, excuse my language, right? So just remember that when you're out there in highly productive times in your season, what are you actually working on in that moment to drive the revenue that you need towards the goal that you set for yourself? Very different story if you're just going out there and saying, I just want to make, I want to make $300-400 a day. I'm cool with that. You can go do that by doing the smaller jobs, no problem at all. But if you're wanting to move the needle at a deeper level, we need to make sure that we're optimizing the system on the revenue roadmap and that we're truly producing the quotes at the right rates with the conversion rate to yield the win rate that's needed. Right, Malone? Yes, sir.
That's it. That's the yellow brick road.
Exactly. So just something important to remember, discipline and consistency around what your plan is very, very important, team. And of course, you're going to stray from that from time to time, which is fine, but make sure that you're staying on the rails as much as you can. Just give me a thumbs up, guys, if you agree with that, if that makes sense to everyone. Yeah. All right, cool. Excellent. All right, let's dive into some wins, team. I know that I've been away for 3 weeks. You guys have held down the fort, but let's go through some wins to get this energy up and get moving. I see a lot of people are on here right now, and we've got seasoned vets and then people who are just starting out as well. But wins from any angle are good. Let's go through a few wins. Just give me a hands up or a thumbs up to share your win, and we'll do a few of those. Somebody's got to win. Come on. Let's go, Michael Winley. You got to win. Tell us about it. Let's go.
Judd, I'll throw one out if you can hear me. I'm in a torrential rainstorm right now. We just got rained out. Actually, just finishing up the day. Just did a HOA, 42,000 square feet. Second phase of 3 phases of it. So we got 3 more phases, or 1 more section tomorrow if it's not rained out. But the win I want to throw out is just the win of knowledge. When you can find and learn anything, particularly pertaining seal coating and line striping, if you've got a way to learn and expand your knowledge, take advantage of and every opportunity you can to expand and become better at what you do. And so I think just opportunities always there for you to learn and grow more. And so that's my win, is just seeing and hearing from other people that I learned, hey, this is a way to improve or anything. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's coming across how I intend it to. Sorry, I'm in my paint truck right now,
Knowledge,
and it's just downpouring. So sorry about that.
you're you're good, man. Knowledge is power for sure. I know that there's people on here right now that I've worked with directly that knew nothing about black rocks before, and knowledge is no doubt knowledge is right. Once you have that and you can speak about it fluently and you can communicate it effectively, things become a lot easier. And of course, when you have that belief and conviction, you're communicating with people, that is even more powerful. You know, if I asked every one of you on here, what's the difference between asphalt emulsion and coal tar emulsion? And then you gave me the answer, I think that we're going to get a lot of different answers, right? And then if I asked you, what is the difference between certain mixed designs that have got, you know, additives for nighttime formulas based upon temperatures that are running at 65 degrees versus 55 degrees, you know, we're going to have different answers as well. And so really you want to become a master of your craft, and really understand that. And I'll tell you, with knowledge at your fingertips nowadays, guys, with YouTube and with Chat GPT and the different platforms that you guys have access to, resources, the communities that you have, there's no reason why everyone on here shouldn't become a master of their craft and do exactly what Matt Phillips said, is knowledge is power, and get out there and do it differently than the majority of people do it. Does that make sense to you guys? Master of your craft. Cool. Michael Winley, what's your win, brother? Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you, man. Good to see everybody on here. I'm on my phone tonight, y'all, so I can't hardly see it, even with my glasses on the button. But hey, I got a pretty good win this week. I've been out there trying to hunt down them parking lots and find me some work, and I've had some work come in, and I just went and picked up a check from a big old church. I did this over the weekend, the last couple days. Like 350 stalls, about 60 handicap, a new layout on another part of it. And my win, the best part about this is now I can level up. It's the first of the month. I made enough money to pay my bills, I'm understanding my burn rate. Tomorrow I'm having a meeting with Dylan, and I'm going to level up and go to the accelerated coaching, because I see with what I'm trying to do right now, it's working. But like you just said, Judd, some days I'm $300 or $400 or $500, and it's not every day. You know what I mean? But when I hit them $4,000 and $5,000 jobs, you know what I mean? And how to get them jobs and come up with a better plan than the plan I got now, because it's working. But I want to grow faster. I want to have the knowledge from the people who's been doing this for a lot longer than me, and are willing to take the time to invest in me in more of a one-on-one situation. I mean, we get a lot right here from the round table, but I believe there's more to it. And I've always wanted to get to that next level. And now it's just kind of working out where I can finally know that I'm going to be able to do it and make it through the month and grow. So I'm just excited to be here. And if what you don't know, if you don't know it, that's fine. There ain't no dumb questions out there. And the best part about all this is now we have people that we can go to get the knowledge and the power. If we don't know how to do it, sub it out. But don't say, I don't know, or, oh, I can't do that for you. Find some performance partners and build that network. And like y'all say all the time, it's all about the relationships. That's a big part of what I'm learning in all this too. And that's my win for the week. Good to see you back, Judd.
Good to have you on, man. I love your energy, brother. You fire the round table up, and it's so true, man. You know, there's group environments, which are great. They're really good to have the community, but then there's one-on-one time that allows you to build a healthy pipeline and really working into those next steps of the way that you communicate to close those bigger jobs. And I think that that's actually an important segue. Guys, I'm going to drop a link in the chat. If you want to all check the chat, I strongly urge you to sign up to this webinar that we're hosting tomorrow. It's at noon, and it's dropped into the chat right there. But it's being hosted by Sean Prince, who is the president of field services of Attentive.ai, that does the auto takeoffs for parking lots using artificial intelligence for calculating square footage of asphalt and concrete and linear foot of striping, and it does auto takeoffs for blueprint and aerial takeoffs. It's really, really powerful. We've integrated it. We've done a partnership with Attentive so that it's integrated now into AK Dash. So now we have the business solution with artificial intelligence that's now built into the platform. And we're just getting started, guys. So we're excited about that webinar tomorrow. It's literally about speaking about how we build, I'm being interviewed on it, how to build a really solid and healthy pipeline, and then also plug the profit leaks in the business that you're building as well. And so like, that link's on there, guys. It's free to sign up. You're welcome to sign up. It's at noon tomorrow. We'd love to have you on. But let's segue into an area right now about maybe talking about profit leaks a little bit here. Anybody have any ideas as to where some of the profit may leak out of the bottom of the bucket, so to speak? Like, guys, I don't know about you, man, but raise your hand if you've ever been in business and you're in business and you've made a shit ton of revenue, but there's been no cash at the end of the year. Raise your hand if you've been there. I mean, that happens to a lot of us in business, right? And so if we think about profit leaks, what could be some of those profit leaks that you think could be impeding on the cash that you take away? Revenue is vanity, cash is sanity, right? So got someone that says labor burden for sure. Any other ideas? Literally sucks the profit out of your business.
Not correctly calculating costs that you had to begin with, or underestimating time it took to do the job, or maybe the supplier you had lined up fell through, you had to get a new one, it costs more. There's a few different things in there. Or you didn't calculate some of the unrealized costs that you didn't think of.
Exactly. Anybody raise your hand if you've ever heard of scope creep? Scope creep. You ever heard of scope creep? This one's nasty, guys. This is really, really nasty sometimes, you know, like when you do inaccurate assessments and you're too shy to communicate exactly what it is that you're going to be executing on, and your agreement isn't ironclad and tight, you can end up with scope creep that can burn the crap out of your profit. Scott, you ever been there, man? You ever seen that happen with ProSeal, scope creep?
1,000%. You give someone an inch, they'll take a mile, and they'll take all your bottom line too. So protect it.
Give us an example of scope creep that we could deal with on a parking lot doing, or even on a drive, man. Let's talk about both. Like, what are a couple examples that you've had?
Well, sometimes it's like it all depends what the project would be, but like sometimes it's like cleaning, you know, where maybe it's a section of the lot that's really dirty and you go out and it's not that dirty, and then they forget to tell you that there's like 100 excavators that just ran through it last week, and they're like digging up the side lot and they're doing something, and they're like, oh yeah, there you go, there's the parking lot, and you're like, hey, you know, like you would be there all day long cleaning it. You know, that would be a pretty good example. I think it's pretty common in our industry. And it's definitely setting the tone of saying, hey, general cleaning, you know, again, in our language, it says general cleaning has included any excessive mud or sediment at ProSeal's discretion will be billed at X rate for the additional cleaning fee. But like, you know, for years I had that in my proposals, and I wouldn't say, hey, and by the way, here's the extra bill for the cleaning. I would just sit there and scrub away all the day long because I didn't want to lose the opportunity. But again, I wasn't protecting my bottom line. And, you know, you asked the question if we've made revenue and no profit, and those were some of the things that compound in that journey.
I've seen and experienced crack sealer, man. You guys, who does some crack repair with their pavement management solutions business right here? Some crack sealing? And whoever is thinking about getting in the business, you're going to do lots of crack sealing as well, right? So I want to say this, man, like when you go and you do, let's say that it's a 25,000 square foot lot and it's a QSR, just hypothetically, right? Burger King or McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or something, you're going to do that 25,000 square foot lot. And you say that you're going to repair the cracks on the lot, and you're putting a price next to that, and that's your scope that you've got on your proposal. And you just say that you're going to repair the cracks on that lot, raise your hand if you think that that's opening up scope creep galore and puts you in a massive bind. You get my drift, guys? Be very, very cautious in the way that you're wording your proposals on the scopes and what your benchmark is as to what you're willing to lay down. If you're doing linear feet, that's one thing. If you're laying down a certain number of pounds, that's another. But make sure that you set the expectations beforehand, because again, raise your hand if you think that somebody may expect that all the cracks are going to be filled on that lot, and that could maybe be potentially a pallet of crack sealer on a 25,000 square foot lot if you did every crack on a lot that's 15 years old. Do you get my drift?
Segregating the widths out to help a lot in the lineal footage measurements. A lot of people will be like, yeah, but I put 1,000 lineal feet or whatever, maybe 10,000 in this case. But yeah, you put 10,000 lineal feet, but you didn't compensate that they were a ½ inch wide and they were an inch deep, and all the crack filler was going to China when you were putting it down. So, you know, making sure you're putting the line items, that's where our breaks are, 1/4 inch and under, and then ½ inch to, you know, again, we'll spell that out if it gets really wide, but, you know, ½ inch to 3/4 inch is kind of like really our max range there. And we'll separate those on different line items with lineal foot totals.
100%, man. And patching can be right.
You're frozen, Judd.
Can you hear us, Judd?
Patching as well, with asphalt patching.
We don't know what you said.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah, obviously reiterating some of the things you had stated, Skylar.
Yeah, I think you said something about patching.
Yeah. Yeah, it can happen obviously with potholes too. If you don't go check a pothole and it's got a 4-inch pothole versus one that's only maybe, you know, ½ inch or something like that, and it's 12 feet wide, there's a huge difference in the material and the work time, right? So, and he's back.
Yeah.
I was just keeping you guys on your toes. That's come on. That's what I was doing. All right. Yeah, no, pothole patching, any kind of patching, cut and replace, right? Infrared, you can get into all kinds of nastiness. An area though, like, man, oh man, I have, for the guys that are just starting out right now, by the way, like just starting out, you have not seen a dirty lot yet. Like when I say you have not seen a dirty lot, just wait for that dirty lot. When something looks like it's semi-clean and you get in along the wood line where there's some forest and there's some caked up dirt that's all caked in and baked into the asphalt along the side, and you need a bend sink rotary broom that's literally stationary for 3 minutes just to get that dirt that's caked on so bad like concrete. You just know, guys, and you're wearing, and dust is all over you and you've got a cloud. I know I'm not selling asphalt maintenance right now, but the bottom line is be very, very aware of what you're getting into, because cleaning can take 3 times the amount of time compared to actually just getting the work done. Be cautious.
And really, if you're efficient, like majority of your time is probably in the prep. Like it's not really in that. More time prepping than we do actually sealing.
Yep, you got it.
How often are you guys having somebody come out and pressure wash lots when they're that dirty?
I personally never pressure washed lots. Personally, we got sweepers in that generally would roll in. I've never pressure washed.
Yeah, we do both sweepers and pressure wash. It just depends how big it is. If it's like, you know, 25,000 square and under, we're probably pressure washing it. If it's bigger than 25,000 square, we'll use like the hydrovac, or not hydrovac, whatever they call them, like the sweeper trucks with the pickup and the water.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you can imagine if you're getting into, Brandon, imagine, good to see you, by the way. You can imagine what it would be like getting into a 500,000 square foot lot and having a tow with a pressure washer on that sucker to try to clean that lot. It's a tough one, man. I remember we got into a lot in Titusville, Florida. It was 550,000 square feet, and it was quoted from a distance. And when we arrived there, it was I actually didn't arrive there, but when the contractor arrived there to do the lot, he was like, dude, we need to send multiple trucks into this lot to do the cleaning before we even consider touching it. And so, that's the other thing too with clients. You can also communicate that with your client, is that, that you're either going to take on the cleaning of the lot, but if they want to take on the cleaning of the lot as an option as well, it'll make your life potentially a lot easier, just to get into getting the work done. Just make sure that the expectations are all set, because cleaning a lot to someone who cleans a lot may not be the same as what you need to be able to go and spray seal coat, right? Yeah. Cool. Just want to confirm, did you guys see that link? Did you guys get it in the comments below? I know that my internet's been a little bit unstable, but you guys got it, right? For that webinar tomorrow? Yeah, perfect. Guys, I want to show you something else. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. For those of you that have not joined yet, you guys should be joining it. This right here is another lead that came in today at 10:14 a.m. to a client. And it's for a quote on seal coating and white striping for their office parking lot. These leads are starting to move, guys. So I just want you to all know that the contractor network is actually indeed free. It's completely free here, guys, for your regular listings. So I do want to drop that in here for those of you that may have missed it. It is in the chat as well. Matthias, can you maybe, and I know Robert, you can talk about it too. I know Robert, you're dealing with someone right now, but Matthias, why don't you talk a little bit about what goes on a day-to-day basis? Because just to be clear, everyone, our team answers a lot of calls every day, a lot of emails, a lot of chats. So Matthias, you want to talk about that? The link is now in the chat.
So my number one query from companies, people that own businesses or what have you, is where can I find a competent contractor that will do asphalt maintenance for my parking lot. The major complaints are they're booked out 3 to 6 months. They don't answer their phone. Who do I trust? I don't know anybody in this area. So previously, before we put this in place, some of the things I would do is like, hey, I got this parking lot. It's 55,000 square feet. I got this and this and this. I need lines striped. I need seal coating, crack filling done. Who can I ask to? So I'm sitting here looking through my Rolodex of 30,000 customers in Asphalt Kingdom, trying to figure out who lives in that area. And then I'm trying to phone somebody going, hey, do you guys want to go quote a job over here? And this pulls all that together. It leaves me out of the equation, spending hours a day searching for a contractor in their area, where they can bring up 3 to 10 guys that are on our contractor network in their area, get quotes, go through the job. You guys get what you need from it. It exposes you more if they're looking up your name, or if you're showing up on Asphalt Kingdom. Number 2 is contractors that I speak to, especially guys that are new in the industry. Their number one concern is like, how do I get more clients? How do I win contracts? I mean, I don't even know who to talk to. Well, it's a great way of starting out, because that somebody's going to pull up your company name, call you, go, hey, I got this project. What would you do with this? And you have the opportunity to quote. So it's a beautiful way of marrying up the two of those things and creating solutions from all you guys. So hopefully that helps.
Robert, right now, there's something that I had posted earlier for someone to get in touch with you, but can you talk about just an example? We don't need to name the client, but like, if you can just kind of elaborate on this type of client that's calling us looking for help.
I've got a gentleman that's looking for a paving contractor in the Cincinnati area, and logged onto our site, put his name in there. We reposted it on social media, getting the name out there just to make sure that he can get this job done. It's bigger than what he's capable of doing right now. So that's just something that comes through. I mean, they're pretty regular when they come through like that. So hopefully somebody on here can refer that out to him. He put it in the chat as well. So it is a network that works for you, and it's the investment. I mean, less than 1/4 of 1/10 of a job would pay for your year, man.
Brandon, I know you're not in Cincinnati, but is that something that you want sent over to you?
Is it for paving?
It's
There is some of it that's going to need to be replaced. Yeah, there's going to have to be some that's replaced.
Yeah, it's a little far for us right now.
Okay.
I appreciate it though.
Yeah, of course. I think, guys, at the end of the day, it's like that is on social media on a group now, but we'd prefer not to go to Facebook. We'd prefer to just have, like, I'll share my screen, guys. Here's like an example of the whole country. It's actually North America, really. But can you guys see my screen right now? We don't have a lot of contractors on here comparatively to what is possible. And so if you guys are on it, cool. If you're not, the link's in the chat, guys. And just to be clear, the leads that will come to you, we don't charge for. It's just, how can we help you guys? That's how we want to make sure that we're building as much loyalty with you guys and continuing to earn your business. Cool. Hopefully that helps you guys. Michael, you've got your hand up, brother. Anything we can answer for you? Michael Winley? No, you're all good? Cool. Excellent. All right, let's open it up. Team, we're halfway through the meeting. Let's open it up to questions. I know that there's Bluffton Asphalt. We've got you on. Come off mute, brother.
I guess my biggest thing, I'm still a really small business. It's a family-owned business. My dad ran for over 20 years. We went out of business for like 3 years, and then I picked it up, and this is my second season back. I worked with him for almost 12. So during that 3-year period, we lost a lot of our customers that we had for return customers. I mean, we were still small then. We did anywhere between 125, 175 residential and commercial jobs in a season, for just like seal coating and things like that. But the main thing I'm struggling with right now is figuring out how to market my business the most efficient way to try to regain customers in around my city. You know, like right as of right now, I mainly do like Facebook advertisements and things like that. But you know, trying to outreach to places to try to get on lists and things like that, that is just hard in my area.
So what I'm understanding is you're looking for a way to activate essentially a pipeline that will start to build the momentum for you from a sales standpoint. Am I understanding?
Yeah, just trying to get my name out there again, because we're a really well-known company around here for a long time, but like I said, we were gone for 3 years and we lost a lot of our customers. So just trying to get the name back out there and figure out. When my dad ran it, he still used a lot of the old age marketing, like newspaper ads and things like that. And I'm trying to step into the new age marketing, but I'm not really sure where I should start.
All right, let's give you 3 key things that you could do to help you right now. Skylar, number 1, what would you do right now if you were in, sorry, your name, sir? Bluffton Asphalt, what's your name, sir?
That's Gerald.
Gerald, got it.
Yep.
First thing I would do, 100%, my head's spinning over here. First thing I would do is pull that old list of all of the customers that you said you serviced and you lost, and I would call them one by one and say, hey, remember Bluffton Asphalt? Oh, by the way, we're back. I am the son. I'm running the business now. What's it going to take to earn the opportunity back, right? Like, and I would probably direct mail all of those people, like, number 1. And I think sometimes we get caught in the new age stuff when sometimes the old age stuff works depending on your market, right? A lot of these guys on this screen might say, oh, direct mail, it's dead, it's crazy. Like, I made like $1 million on direct mail this year, man. Like, literally. I sent $7,000 of direct mail and made like $1 million. Like, it works in certain markets. Maybe it is the newspaper. Maybe it is the little ad on the placemat when you go to the local diner because it's your town. Our town is one of them towns. But my first objective 100% would be call every single customer that you ever serviced one by one and make it individualized, because like it sounds like you don't got a lot of customers right now. So like I think the call from you saying, hey, by the way, remember this company that you know, liked, and trusted? We're here. We're back. I want the opportunity back. And then I would also, again, hit them on a couple touch points, but it sounds like the direct mail combination of calls and maybe like, again, simple fails or simple scales, fancy fails, right? Like maybe it's not meta ads for you and it is the newspaper and the merchandiser and the local literature that goes out and the placemat diner, ads or the little ad on the mug, right? Like those things work in certain towns. So if it was working, like don't reinvent the wheel, man.
I understand that 100%. It definitely is working, and I've reached out. Like last season, I sent out as many letters as I could afford. At the start of the year, it was around 200 letters, and I sent out about 150 postcards to different customers that are on a list, because I have a list of around 500 customers that we worked with before. And then this year,
phone number on there? Is their phone number on them?
Yeah.
The phone is free. Pick up the phone, set aside the time, and make the calls. Like call all 500 of them. Like in 2-3 weeks, like come back here and be like, yo, I called all 500 of them. I would have a really hard time thinking that you don't get at least 50 jobs out of it. At least
100%, man, 100%. I'm Gerald calling. Like imagine this script, right, dude? Like you could literally go to Chat GPT right now and you could literally voice prompt Chat GPT to produce a phone script for you that's sharp and sweet and tuned, and it could literally be prompted by you talking about your dad and how it's a family business and your local business committed to the community and this kind of stuff. And it's like, hi, I'm Gerald calling from Bluffton Asphalt, reaching out. Hey, listen, man, our business has been a family business for years. We ended up not doing much for the last few years, but I've taken the reins now, and now I'd love the opportunity to be able to service your pavement. Do you have any upcoming pavement projects that we can take a look at? Like, just come up with a short, sweet script, man. Make those phone calls. But I'll tell you that the majority of people, just transparently, and Gerald, I'm not saying this is you, brother. I'm just saying that picking up the phone and dialing 50, 60, 70 calls a day is not an easy thing to do. You have to just stay disciplined. What's the other key word for tonight?
Consistent.
Consistent and disciplined, man, and just nail it, brother. Make those phone calls, get the appointments set up, get some pavement assessments, get out there and do it. I think Scott was bang.
I'll add this to it as well. One of the things that you can do is make the phone call, leave a voicemail, send an email. These are all free things, right? Those 3 things, send a text. When you cover those bases, you start hitting your 12 to 20 touch points. The fact that these people are already warm contacts viewers, they already know who you are. They already know and love your business. I said 1 to 200 out of 500 that you already serviced, man. I don't see why you couldn't hit 75% of that. But it takes consistent follow-up and connection with that client, knowing that you're back with a really confident voice, a confident delivery. You're going to crush it, brother. You're going to crush it.
And I'd like to say too, I 100% agree with what you guys are saying. That's all really good ideas. I guess I just, I never thought about just picking up the phone and calling. It's such a simple thing that you just don't think about. I've tried the door knocking, but that around where I'm at, there's so many people that do that, and they use watered down, disgusting, nasty sealer that just puts a bad taste for your business in people's mouths. But I will say, I have about 500 customers that are typed out right now off of old quotes and estimates, but I probably still have about 1,000 of them I have to go through. So, there's a lot there, but it's just trying to regain the customer base that we had before.
And Joe, just to be clear too, man, like when you put this list in a Google Sheet, like if that's where you're going to be operating from as a starting point, just for example, on a Google Sheet, just make sure that you're not calling them one time and hitting their voicemail and then not calling them back. Like make sure that you're working that list. That list of 500 will give you, that'll give you 2 months worth of work if you do that thing properly, because you can't just touch them once. You've got to hit them multiple times. We're talking 12, 16, 20 touch points, right? In order to really move the needle. Now, if the jobs that you're working on that list are, I mean, are you doing asphalt maintenance and repairs primarily, or what are you doing exactly?
Yeah, we don't do any paving anymore. When my dad had the business, he sold all the paving equipment, and I'd like to get to the point where we can get that back, but we're not anywhere near there yet. I have to stabilize the seal coating, patching, and striping first.
Do you have a website up?
No, I don't have a website yet.
You have a Facebook page that you've put up?
Yeah, I have a Facebook page I run ads on and stuff.
Instagram business profile?
No.
LinkedIn?
No, I don't think so. I don't even know
YouTube,
what LinkedIn is.
YouTube channel?
I'm working on YouTube and TikTok. I'm trying to get some video content pieced together so that I can start that.
My business profile?
A what?
Business?
Is it Google business? You're cutting out.
Google My Business. Google My Business.
Google My
Yeah,
Business.
I think so.
You want to get that. But if you do all of that and you make those phone calls and you have the social proof online for people to check you out once you've called them, and you can send them an email after the phone call that has a link back to social proof, you'll be good.
All right. Thank you.
Oh man, those are some golden nuggets. Face of your business, voice of your business. Activate. Kingsley, I'm sorry, you got your hand up.
Yes, Kingsley here. How you doing?
Hey, Kingsley, what's happening, brother?
I don't know. We had a couple of meetings. I don't know if you remember me. Based in Toronto, Canada. I'm kind of struggling at the moment. I'm at a stage where I've gotten a couple of proposals, submitted, right? And I noticed I don't usually get a call back. I don't know if I'm quoting too much. And that's number one question. The number two question is, how do you solve the problem of where customer asks you, okay, what have you done? Because I'm new to this business, right? So I get a couple of businesses, parking lots for like plazas and all of that. They're like, okay, what have you done? Like, show me. Like they want to refer that, like what can I reference to? That they can, like, okay, if you can do this job. I have a follow up on Friday, and that's a question where the client is asking. It's a big parking lot. It's about $15,000 project. And they're asking the question. Now the main question is they keep asking, like, what have you done in the past? Like that's the next meeting we want to have. So how do I pass through this phase?
Be honest.
Okay.
Be honest. Or the other option, yeah, and I'm saying be honest in that the other option is not to be dishonest. The other option may be to partner with someone who has a reputation already that you can partner on the deal with, and then you can now have a job that's under the belt as a partnership. But if the client's not going to work with you because you have no past jobs that you can use as a reference, then it's probably not the first best client to work with. You want to find somebody that you can work with. Any other advice on that, team? I think that's the bottom line on that portion of the question. The first part of your question is people not calling you back. Is that what I understand?
Yeah. So I submit. I have like because I used Google marketing. I use Facebook. I spent so much on marketing, right, online. So I've gotten a couple of proposals, about 3 of them. So most of this, one is for like a project of 18,000. There was about 20,000. It's a big commercial, outlet there. So after submitting, I used the AK- quoting software to submit the presentation. But as soon as I submit, they don't even pick up my call anymore or respond to my email.
what is your process from the time that you actually submit the proposal? What does it look like for you as a workflow?
Okay, so after meeting up with the customer, evaluating the whole business measurement and all of that, I usually tell them, hey, I'm gonna get you a quote in 48 hours. That's our standard time, and I usually submit the quotes in 48 hours. And as soon as I send them an email, I give them a call immediately to say, hey, I've emailed the quote. I would love to bring the hard copy so we can further explain, in detail of what the proposal entails and all of that. So there was no problem. Okay, I will review it and I'll get back to you. So after that, I give them like a day or two. I usually give them like 2 days. To try to call them back again, to check up on them. They don't pick up calls. I will send them a text, send them an email.
I have a question for you, because I think there's a lot of components to what we're speaking about right now, right? And it's in the initial part of this sale, when you're doing the pre-sale qualifications here, are we asking the right questions that warrant the need to actually give them a proposal at this point? Are they ready for a proposal? Because if you're just shoving a proposal down their throat, for example, and they don't want a proposal, they're just saying yes to you because they don't want to be rude, for example, that's a really big problem, right? You're going to waste your time. So using the closer framework is a really important thing when you're actually going through the sales cycle, and asking open-ended questions to the client to make sure that they're literally speaking about their problems that you can then label and overview, so that once you've done that, you're now starting to craft the right solution for their needs. Like maybe they don't want to be sold an $18,000, vitamin. Maybe they want to be sold an aspirin that's going to solve their pain for maybe $3,000 or $4,000. That is just the liability risks and tripping hazards on their lot as a starting point that allows you to earn their trust, so that you can then start to sell them vitamins thereafter. So I think Kingsley, this is a 1 hour conversation, but in short, what I would say is that you should be leveraging, being that you're on Dash, you should be leveraging the AK Vault. And I would also watch as access of AK Dash, you can watch the 5-hour sales power stack that I go through a lot of this training on. You should really take advantage of that, because I think there may be a challenge on the front edge of this to get this through the pipeline of getting somebody what they need. But also, I would say on the tail end of this, when you go through the conversion hump of this, where literally you've given them the proposal, there's a workflow that should be executed on thereafter. You should not just be following up one way, right? Follow-up is a pretty lame way of following up on a sale. We don't follow up. There's an activated process that we should be following in order to ask for that deal down the line, because they may not want the. Yeah,
can I add something, Kingsley? When you go to a doctor, when you set up a doctor's, like you're going to go visit a doctor for something that ails you, do you ever come away from that phone call and not know when you're showing up for that appointment?
No.
You know the day, time, where you got to be, right?
Yeah.
So when you make the connection and you talk about your quote, whatever you're going to do, the delivery day before you send your quote out, give your client a call saying, hey, I got the quote ready, just wondering to, set up a time when we can review this. Would Thursday this week or Monday next week work best for you? Set up a time for you guys to call back. Hey, if anything pops up, let me know if we can't make that, but make it a defined time that that person's going to be there. You're going to have a lot less of this no show, no answer type of thing if you've set the expectation on the front end, instead of just going, yeah, cool, sounds great, talk to you later. You know what I mean?
Okay. Thank you.
That helps.
Thank you.
The acronym, Kingsley, is this, and you'll remember this forever. You ready for this?
Yes, please.
BAM, FAM, BAMFAM, book a meeting from a meeting. Always book a meeting from a meeting, get it on the calendar, make sure that you invite them to that meeting, and make sure that the time is there, and make sure that they have accepted the meeting. And if they haven't accepted the meeting, you have to be calling them to make sure that you're going to reschedule. And if they still don't accept the meeting, then you call back and you reschedule the meeting, but don't wait until the meeting date to have them just not show up. Do you follow what I mean?
Okay, so your advice is I shouldn't be in a hurry in forwarding the proposal. All right. So I should just, set up a meeting first to discuss it in person.
Yeah, on the front end of this, I think that you need to have a conversation where you're more of a consultant. You're hearing all of their challenges. And then once you've heard all of their challenges, we can then create a solution that's custom tailored to what it is that they've talked to you about. You can't give them anything until you know what to give them. Otherwise, what you're doing is what 95%, maybe higher, of people in our industry are doing, which is, I'll give you a quote on the whole thing, right? Raise your hand here honestly. If when we think of giving a quote, we think about giving a quote for all services like cleaning, crack sealing, any patching, striping. We're thinking about giving a quote for the whole project, right? That's what we're thinking about.
Run. That's the home run. That's what you want every time. Come on, a lay down.
Right. And that's what the majority of people are doing. They're trying to go for the home run right out of the gate, but having proper communication with your client and hearing what it is that they tell you, because they're often not really speaking because they're spoken to like all of you in society today, right? We're all spoken to 99% of the time. Holy smokes, let your people speak for a moment, right? Let them tell you what's going on their side. You may learn that they were screwed by another contractor. You may learn that they have zero interest in seal coating whatsoever because they're going to be selling the property. All they want to do is get rid of some of the liability risks and bottles. They don't even want to hear about seal coating. You don't know that until you've spoken with them and had a conversation. And so that's slow down, speed up, slow down to speed up, give them a custom tailored solution, book a meeting from a meeting, and get into the sales power stack and Vault, AK Vault, Kingsley.
Before two more, would I be able to get your calendar link to have a meeting with you again? I know you sent me an email sometime. I couldn't find the email where I can schedule a meeting with you.
Yeah, you can send an email. You can see the email on my screen. It says Judd at Asphalt Kingdom.
Okay. And then before I go, sorry to take all the time. Just one last one. You mentioned something about collaboration, right? So as a new contractor in the business, how do you think I can get a reliable? I don't know if there's a member of our company who's currently in Canada with AK Dash team or family that I can partner with. How can I source for a reliable a big player that I can work with a long time?
So our contractor network is probably the right spot for you to go. Did you get the link in the chat that I've dropped in, Kingsley?
Let me see.
And team, this isn't just to get leads. It's about being able to share jobs and work together.
Yes, I got a link. Yeah. Yes, Contractor Network. Yes.
Yeah, so it's all in there. You can sign up in there, and then you can also access the contractor network. Feel free to click on any of the bubbles that are on the map, or scroll down. No problem at all.
It's awesome. This will be helpful. Thank you so much.
Welcome, brother. Crush it, man. Good work on getting those quotes out, man. It's all about the domino effect. So good work. Any questions?
Thank you.
Cool. We've got 6 minutes left, team. Any other questions? I know that I've been looking at the chat. Matthias, have I missed some stuff in the chat, or have we? Are we rocking and rolling? Is Billy spitting fire in there? I love it.
He's filling in the gaps. He's doing a great job.
Love you, Billy.
Hey, Judd. Sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead, Billy. You're in, buddy.
No, I just want to, I hate to plug AK Dash. I don't want this to sound like a plug, but I have to thank AK Dash for setting me apart when I bid on my first military striping project. It's on a 5-story parking garage, 1,700 parking stalls and a few hundred outskirting parking on a new construction project on a military installation near here. Close to $30,000 project. It's one of those I put my fair share of doing projects where I might have underbid and I wasn't eating. And to have a project where I put the proposal, I put the pieces, I follow the process of what the coaches and all the free resources that we get from Asphalt Kingdom. And I just literally just put it together and demanded my value over the digital footprint that over the last 2 years that I've accumulated, and taking chances and taking big risks. Risk what I seen at the time, maybe investing that $50 or whatever a month into AK Dash, or investing into maybe equipment that you might not have the job to pay for it right then. I'm telling you, have faith in yourself, because I know if I was still keeping up with Excel spreadsheets hundreds of leads ago, those customers that maybe I've lost, maybe because I was not efficient at the time, maybe because I didn't have the word vernacular to lead them in to build their confidence. But now I'll reach back out with them because I have a CRM that can easily keep up with my workflow, and that I know the last conversation I had was the email correspondence that was went cold. I pick up left of conversation left off because I made notes of the customer that, hey, they have like a kid that has a birthday at a daycare that I recently striped. I asked them, how's that parking lot holding up? I build a little rapport, keep notes about each client. And that's how you set yourself apart to get win bigger projects that you can eat maybe steak instead of ramen noodles. So I want to leave y'all with that. And I just want to thank all the coaches, Judd, and everybody on here every week. And weeks that I can't come and I go back and watch the videos. Thank y'all for feeding the team and feeding the knowledge and feeding me. And it's changing my life, and it's going to continue to allow me to grow. So thank y'all.
So proud of you,
Christina,
brother.
we're proud of you, bro. Proud of you.
Yeah. It's been awesome, man. Like, it's been really cool to be a part of the journey too, Billy, like watching you over the last, year and a bit, like really go through things, and then meeting you in person and stuff, and just watching your energy, like the smile and the way that you are, your energy is really, really great, bro. And I'm super, super excited for you, and just couldn't be more grateful to be on the journey with you as well as everybody else on here, guys. This is what it's all about, man. It's like, how do we work together to build more success in our life? It's so much better to do it together than doing it all alone and being lost. And that's what this roundtable does. It's a big drum beat. Back here, we're getting inspired, we're getting motivated, we're hearing success, we're getting into it, right? And it's like, let that fuel you, let that drive you. Remember, if you sit stagnant and still and you get foggy in a moment, that's only for a moment. Break out of that and activate what it is that you're learning in this environment, team. It's so important, right? And our team's here for you guys. Like, we're not perfect, man. We screw up, but we own it when we screw up, and we really, really go above and beyond with what it is that we do, guys. We genuinely care about you guys. We care about the industry. We want to make this a really, really fun industry for us, where we're not on races to the bottom, which is what we're going to be speaking about in the webinar tomorrow at noon, is really making sure that we're building businesses that are cash flowing machines for us, and that we can live a really great life with some great freedom. So Billy, I know that your pricing is not where it used to be. It's different now, and you have that confidence, you've got that belief, you've got that conviction, because you've got the jobs under your belt, and you're like, you're at a different spot. Like, I know Skylar is probably, and I'll say this publicly, Skylar's probably priced, with the services that he does, higher than anybody else, maybe in his state. He's loaded with work.
You talk a lot different now, Billy. It's pretty cool. I remember 6 months ago.
Well, I was getting out of the service, and I had to run a full-time job into the plan was 18 months, was to a year and a half, just to leave my full-time job after getting out of the service and transition and to pay off equipment.
Pretty cool.
And I started looking at like, man, I'm going to lose out on a lot of opportunity if I don't go both feet in. And I don't push anybody to religion, but I will say this: I prayed about it, and I'm not ashamed about it. I prayed that to have faith in my family, faith in my spiritual leader, and whatever spiritual leader that may be for you, and whether it be God or whatever, and to give you the confidence so you can step both feet in. All right, so the you got the mindset to engage yourself in entrepreneurship, to sell yourself, to be a differentiator, to be somebody that, you know, be beyond yourself, build something, right? So you got to be able to risk something, to lose something, to have the reward. So if you're not willing to risk and to do some work that maybe you might in a previous job thought was beneath you, you got to humble yourself and before the big opportunity comes, and just staying humble and keep your quality and core values that you're focused on. And man, that's the key. Just smile on the way to the top.
That is where the ball drops. Thank you so much, Billy. That was a great finale to our AK roundtable here on this wonderful June 4th, 2025. Appreciate everybody's time here tonight and energy. Everybody hopefully got some really good golden nuggets away tonight. Everybody get good energy out of this meeting. You guys feel good. You're energized. You're ready to go crush it tomorrow. Ready to go crush
Hey,
it.
Judd.
Yes,
Thomas Reese had a question, and he dropped in the chat that he had a question.
Mr. Robert Wallace, what is the question?
No,
sir?
Thomas Reese said he had a question.
Yes. Oh, Thomas, are you on here?
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Thomas Reese,
Thomas,
president
you want to know
of
something, brother? This is where
Deputy.
we go into overtime. This is the AK roundtable overtime. Come on, guys. You have to smile, guys. Come on, let's get smile. Thomas, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I'm just kind of starting out, but my contractor called me Monday, and he for a quote for an apartment complex, and it's like 238,000 square feet, and he needed a quote that day before that day, and I quoted him off the basic seller I use for residential and maybe like gas station and convenience stores. But I'm thinking about it, being that's an apartment complex, maybe I should have quoted him on a more durable sealer. And I think the where I get my sealer from, Seal Master, I got a tote from y'all maybe 2 years ago, and he was saying that in that tote I can't put sand or latex. I can't run that in my tote.
Where are you located?
I'm in South Carolina, Columbia.
South Carolina, 230,000 square foot lot. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes, sir.
You need to partner with somebody, brother. In my opinion, you would definitely want to partner with somebody to do this thing right. You're going to see a lot of the people who are experienced on here nodding their heads to it. I'm not saying to go not attack it, but at the same time, I'm saying don't go attack a 230,000 square foot lot with a tote sprayer that's needing sand to be applied in your mix design. You need to communicate with someone. Can you drop your email address in the chat and your phone number, and we can have some people reach out to you and see if we can help you?
All right, sure, no problem.
Yeah. Now, is it in the quote process right now? Like, where is it in the?
Thank you so much for coming to me. Have a good night, okay?
2 years we've been doing patchwork for them, and they did wanted me to seal coat in front of like their mailboxes last year, and I did that. So now they saying they want to get the entire apartment complex seal coated. So, and my contractor was saying they they have to get other quotes because that's standard. But he's saying that the lady definitely wants to go with us, being that every time they used us, we delivered. But like you said, it's a big job,
If you go in the chat down at the very bottom of this meeting and you plug in your phone number and your email address, Thomas, in the chat window at the very bottom, I know that you'll have some people that will reach out to you to see if we can help you with a project of that caliber. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example, a perfect example. I got a WhatsApp from someone that said I needed help, and I connected a dot. Skylar, how big was that lot that you went and helped on?
Like 360,000.
How many days did you work on it with the client, with the partner?
4 days, and he said it was going to be 4-week project.
4-day project instead of 4 weeks. Thomas, sometimes on these bigger projects, my man, just it's better to partner with people who can execute on it real quickly, and you can learn a lot during that process as well. And then you can start to close more of those bigger deals. You'll feel more belief and conviction, and that will usually help put some knowledge and experience under your belt. Does that make sense, bro?
Yeah.
Cool. Drop your, I don't see your number in the chat. You're going to want to drop it in if you want somebody to reach out to you.
Yeah, I'm dropping it.
With that being said, team, we're gonna cap things off here tonight. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. It is again June 4th, 2025. Guys, activate your sales pipelines. Hope to see you on the webinar tomorrow. And by the way, a huge launch tomorrow with the Attentive and AK Dash integration as the ultimate business solution that now includes auto takeoffs and the Attentive advanced manual measurement tool as well. Dylan Malone is on here right now. Mr. Malone, raise your hand. Say hello to everybody. Cool. Malone is on here, guys. Dylan at asphaltkingdom.com. Get with him if you want some demos, if you want to see Attentive working in action, if you want to learn how you can actually leverage that technology for your business, make more money, make more profits, then you should book that time. Appreciate everyone. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place, guys, right here on the AK Roundtable. Thank you, Matthias, for the co-host.
See you later.